by little, piece by piece, I take back what's been stolen from me. Little by little, piece by piece, until I'm complete. Got my eyes on you, and you got no clue what I'm supposed to do. I can't help myself. Little by little, piece by piece, I take back what's been stolen from me. Little by little, piece by piece, until I'm complete. No, you wouldn't take what's not yours, if you know who I am. When the night will fall, I'll haunt your dreams. Little by little, piece by piece, I take back what's been stolen from me. Little by little, piece by piece, until I'm complete. Till I'm complete. Piece by piece, I take back. Little by little, piece by piece, I take back. Little by little, piece by piece, I take back. Little by little, piece by piece.
Guns, if I had you on my side, come and seal your fate till the end of my
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto Charts. It's not as late as usual. It's only 10 p.m. I moved it up just a little bit, testing this little time slot out just a bit. But welcome, whether you're watching this live or catching this possibly later or even to the next day. Might help you get prepared for the next day. Give you a little heads up for what's going on when everybody else is trying to figure it out in the mornings, right? That's how I look at it. Over to my, what side is this? Hello. Jeez. Over to my left, your right, is the fantastic discount if you are looking for a Tangent wallet, which works on NFC-enabled phones, is one of the most secure wallets out there. If you are looking for one and want just a little bit, a little bit of a discount, I can help you out with that. Use DAWG, DOG, whether you order through the website or through the app on your phone. Either way, save you 10%. Get security, be your own bank. Well, let's move on to the charts. I see Strega is in the house tonight. How's it going, Strega? Strega, I've been here for hours. I believe it because you beat everyone here, man. That's awesome, amazing. Strega's my right-hand man. He is the right hand of the road dog. Probably good to have another right hand because I'm kind of rough on this one. It's a family show. Guys, the market's a little bit of a mixed match here today, but overall, we sent a big old tear down on our altcoins. Got a lot of people kind of nervous, seeing things coming back, and you're kind of maybe I should have took some profit there. Maybe I should have. I don't know. Road Dog was being kind of wishy-washy on his profit, so I don't know. I am a little wishy-washy on taking profit right now, and I will tell you why. Although I do think it's a good idea to take it, and according to whatever chart that you're looking on, because you can definitely buy in at some good deals. I mean, look, Rune went up to almost $6, right? Didn't it? I'll have to double check that. According to this chart, it's $5.46. It's got to pull back to $5. You could have risked taking a little profit and buying back a little bit more. That is totally your prerogative in the game. It's a viable strategy. It's that at some points in the market, it's a little bit more risky to risk losing that. I feel like this music is kind of blasting. That rock and roll, We're listening to rock tonight. So what is going on with the market? Well, let's look over here. What's going on? We broke down below our key level, kinda, sorta, maybe not, maybe okay. But altcoins are pulling back right now. People are taking profits. It's coming back into Tether dominance down here. They're saying, and into Bitcoin. People are starting to eye Bitcoin a little bit. We talked about the possibility of this getting a pullback. Looks like it is. I hate to see it break below this level. It may not. We have to keep an eye on it, but it's definitely looking like it wants to. Possibly coming down to about 392 billion, maybe losing about $8 billion in altcoins as it probably goes into Tether over here as we make a big come up. Ultimately, what I'm looking for is possibly Bitcoin dominance over here in the right-hand corner, left-hand corner, to continue coming down, which will help our altcoins out. Right now, hey baby, we're getting a little bit of pullback on some of these altcoins. Natural, expected. The big scare, I think, for everybody was what's Bitcoin going to do? That seemed to be the question. Earlier today, I put this up on the Telegram group. Can we post you up here? How many of these charts do I need? I've got 5 of these things open. Why you got so many open? And my whole theory that I've been explaining for the longest time is that, this orange trend line needs a hold. That's a major thing. And I'm looking, we wicked down to it, but I'm looking for us to actually get a confirmed bounce there. I'm still looking for that right now. The good news is that looks like we got a very good probability of that happening. Look at that beautiful bounce there on that trend line. We just got to make sure it sticks. If it sticks, if this holds through, I'm going to 6-minute time frame here. But if we start busting up, are you going to do this to me again? I mean, seriously? I'm having trouble with my marker. If this breaks up through this cloud, we get a higher high over here. Things are looking good. Things are looking like what we want them to look like. So what is this big orange line that we're looking at? Well, this one's a very important line to me. And I see people displaying this differently. Sometimes people have it going above price. We got to zoom out. You really got to zoom out on this one. Just come to the 3-day chart. You can probably see it better there. And even on this one, this was our original right here. Let me get to my bigger chart here, the one I normally use for all this. So this trend line right here, we broke to the upside of it. Now this was a rising wedge pattern that had a bear trap, and you could, like you had on my other chart, you could actually, you know, redo this as a channel, but I mean, this was the pattern we were following. Touches here, touches there, lost it, came back into it. This is a very bullish thing, and we just broke to the upside of it. Let me clear up my chart here so we can actually get a good look. And even on the daily, it looks even better because we actually cleared some candles up there. And right now, what I see us doing is just, you know, the standard retest. It has that, if I believe it is correct, 62% chance to come back down here to retest this area. And that's simply what I'm seeing at the moment, and hope it sticks, because if we lose this area, if we actually lose that trend line, which is right around 36,100 right through there, we start losing that, then expect a big drop. Expect a big drop down to 33.5. Expect the possibility, since we got what's called a bear trap, that we could actually come down to lower, maybe retest 30,000. That's the scenario. So we need this orange line to continue to hold. And honestly, I think it's got a really good shot of holding. It's showing it to us now on these lower time frames, such as the one we just saw on the 6-minute. Which now I've got a wholly different freaking chart. Maybe you should just stick with the one that you started with. It's definitely respecting it right here. Road dog, why didn't you respect it on the other one? Let's explain that. Is my trend line. Means I got flimsy with my trend line on this chart. It's not as sexy. Let's go ahead and correct that. Or also keep in mind, we are on different exchanges there. But we got this little wick going up right there. Let's make sure we get that little guy covered. And there we go. Our trend line that we're respected, which is also coinciding with this 200 moving average on the 1 hour. So as long as this area holds, we got a good chance of recovering from this and continuing up. If this fails and we lose that 200 on the 1 hour, well, baby, you might, if you got some profit in some altcoins and whatever, you might want to take a lot of it then, because, or a bigger portion of it then, because number being ready to go down. A little bit of bearish sentiment coming over the market today, in my personal opinion, what I've seen on the tube. A lot of calls down to 35, and I dare not call that, because if we do hit those numbers, that will not stop there. That breaks this line, and that line is very important. So as long as she holds, I think we're doing good, but altcoins are taking a little bit of a hit right now. But looks on the hour, they're starting to see the little turnaround too, and maybe getting a little more steam into them. Let's check out total 3 here. So we are at $405 billion. True that we broke the main trend line, but when you can connect it to the wicks here, we are still holding that trend line. As long as we hold that, we're good. We don't want to break that, definitely. This dotted trend line actually is the full extent of that. That's the one that that's the main one. Let me go ahead and get this one out of the way. It's doing the same thing. We don't want to see that break. If we do, then, expect that retracement, a big fall. And on this chart, it takes us down to this trend line. I have to double check that, about 377 billion. And that could be a little ouchy. No bueno, but still okay. Because we expect a pullback on altcoins at some point. I'm really looking for the bigger pullback to come maybe later this month in November, or maybe about mid-December. And that's just going on past price action in cycles. It might not be a bad idea just to get a recap of what happened with Total 3 back this time about 3 years ago, after I quit drawing on the freaking screen. Fun to do this on Bitcoin too. So November, we were kind of just flat. This is where we were about 3 years ago. What can we say about this? I can say my computer, or trading view on my computer, is being really laggy right now. That's what I can say. Really laggy. How's the stream health? Stream health looks all right. So I'm getting something like this back then. November, and here in, that was early November. That was December. There was a nice run up late November in 2020. Came down in, what was that, the December 10th, around the second week in December. Another pump up about mid-December, and then fell right here, right before Christmas. Lots of up and downs there. This would be tax loss harvesting right through here. Right, both of these downturns right here, I attribute it, a lot of that to tax loss harvesting during that time. But again, for most of November, it was up only at that time. After a little pullback, our current pattern is not really so much like that. Our current pattern is much more bullish. Our current pattern is an inverted head and shoulder, a breakout of a falling channel. Can get a retest, can get those pullbacks like we saw, but it has a much higher probability of 124 more billion, or 120 billion more dollars coming in to crypto over these next few weeks, possibly 4 to 6 weeks. Might be a noticeable difference there. But jumping back to Bitcoin and where we are with this particular trend line, what we're hoping to see is the same thing that we saw at that same point we just looked at in altcoins, where this thing started going parabolic. Now, I don't know that we will get such a great move as we saw back 3 years ago, but it's the same setup, almost to the same time period. Rising wedge, bear trap, breaking the top of it. This was actually late October. This was early November, and then we got a very nice move to the upside, which was the start of our official bull run. In my opinion, it is way too early for the official bull run, especially this far before the halving. Back in 2020, the halving was Where was it? It was back around here. Yeah, I think it was just right after the COVID, the pandemic drop. So that's what you're looking at here. It was somewhere in here. All this was after, whereas right now the difference is that all this that we're seeing right here is before. But now you can kind of see that we're kind of doing a very similar pattern. And that's why I am hesitant to sell my altcoins. I will take a little profit. I will get out of the ones that I'm not so sure about anymore and move toward looking at the stronger ones. But I'm watching closely. What I don't want to do is dilute my bags before they take off. That was the mistake I made last time, when at this point they were calling for a $3,000 Bitcoin. That's not going to hold. That's not going to hold. I was watching Crypto Savvy back then, and the man is still calling for $3,000 Bitcoin today. He missed the whole bull market. He's the only man I know that's been a bear for 8 years straight. It was interesting at one time. He was comparing gold, the chart, the gold chart, which just exploded exponentially with the Bitcoin chart. And for a while I was watching him and he was following that, and all of a sudden that disappeared. I don't know, but it looked like gold was just going to go it just looked like Bitcoin was going to go insane. I'm thinking he was probably more in line with that chart. He doesn't talk about that anymore though. He keeps going to the Amazon bubble now. All right, guys, come over and check the chat. Check the chat here. Hey, we got Leandro in the house. Hey, Leandro, how's it going, man? Up late with the young one, I guess. Stricker said he got some extra XRP. So it was installing a dishwasher, and apparently it was delivery only. Oh. Leandro asked if I can have a look at DOT later. We can look at DOT right now. We're good to go. Man, we looked at it last night, and it's nice feeling that it's showing some life, right? It got up to what, 588? What chart am I on? The 6 hour? Let's go to the daily here. Getting a little bit of a pullback now, but that is just fine. The place, the trend line is, or the moving average is actually finding support on it, is the 365, which I find is an important trend line. 365 or 366. I was going with 360. It's three. I fine-tuned it to Bitcoin. Let me see what I ended up going with. I was starting to put one in for the day. I got 366. Actually works better than 365. I think it's rounding up our days in the year. But that's what that's based on. It is very relevant for all the charts I found. And the 9 moving average is easing up toward that. The 21's getting ready to cross over the 200. Things are looking good. Now we did, finally break out of this humongous. Let's go to the weekly chart, cut out some of the noise. This channel we've been in that kind of turned into a wedge pattern. Really more of a bigger channel that just started finding more support there and turning around. Double bottom scenario. I mean, there's some great higher targets for this, but right now it's just the fact that we got a breakout with volume down here says a lot. So it's got some struggle, and I guess it will. It is starting to get a little bit more attention now, and some more partnerships that are starting to be beneficial. Need to see some more things out of it. I would say a good target to probably aim for here on the daily chart. I like my moving averages. They do give you some nice targets to shoot for. Somewhere right around 815 in that area. Because that one is the devil. And she'll have something to say about it for sure. But I gotta say, man, it's looking good. It's above the 200 moving average. Let me get these bigger moving averages off there. And as long as it stays above the 9 on these bigger time frames, or on any time frame as a matter of fact, it's golden for more upside. And sometimes you will see it pull back to the 21 moving average, and that's cool. That's just a minor correction, and then we get above the 9 again and keep going. That's what we want to see, and it's got a good start. And the bags are pumping. I've been having mine staked for a long time and been very pleased with the rewards. I guess that will help keep up with the interest on it or whatever, or the inflation on it. But yeah, I'm just waiting for it to hit $50 again. Let's go, Dot. There is a measure move we got from the breakout, and I thought I had that clearly marked. Let's go ahead and do that all over. So a measure move takes us to 887, about 888 basically. Which is a nice move. I'm glad to see Dot finally doing some stuff. But she's been in accumulation for a long time. We've been talking about these same prices on Dot for well over a year now. Almost a year and a half, I think. And I've always thought Dot anywhere under $6 was just a good all-around good deal, especially around 5.5. I am trying to do I have the right one chosen there? Mark that as a measure move. So got a note there for that. There's another move here. Looks like a measure move from something. I think it was this triangle. Taking that one. And that's an 808. Really looking for 888 right there in that area. But, you know, I've got this as a long-term hold, and I'm not planning on getting rid of this. At some point, I will probably moonback it. But I would like to see it hit these levels right up here around 16. That will be an area. We're coming up on the support resistance area about $10. That's going to be a little bit of a headache for it, possibly. It may stumble around there. So we got to pay attention to that. And once we get past that, then we can start looking at these other areas at $16. All these fib areas will start coming into play here. And this swing up here, the swing down, you know, I'm always looking at this target right there at $69 for a nice long target. That 1272 Fibonacci just plays out beautifully so many times. Don't want to ignore it now. But every one of these levels will be very important. The fib levels make excellent targets because, well, they just get hit and price usually levels out at those levels. And it's a great place to take profit and see what's going on, especially the 618 and the 786 right there. Those are the two main things to be watching out for longer term targets. Areas where you could exit a little bit more of your bag, take some profits, then wait for a pullback, come back in, build your bag a little bit more as you ride it up in the bull market. $35, $36 will be a nice area for that. And I think we also got this area marked right here. What is 1652? That's the 236 area that we've not made it to yet. That area, in my opinion, is crucial. That's the one that we definitely want to get above, and that should really be a strong target. We get above 10, we'll head there. We got to get above this one, or else we're just going to be ranging for a while, and that could happen. And we definitely don't want to see a double bottom scenario, all that kind of stuff go out, and which could happen. Not as likely at this point in the market, but it's, you know, we don't rule out the possibilities. But we do need to see price get above the $16 area and hold it. Once we do that, we can feel fairly confident that our next major target would be about $36. It seems crazy talking about that right now, but you know, give it a few months and you'll kind of see it come around and say, $5 dot wasn't a bad deal, was it? Especially from this breakout just up to this area here at $16, that's 219% return on investment. If you were to stick it out with a HODL bag, if you've been in a HODL bag and say you got in around $5 or something, coming up here to the 618 at $36, you got a 6x, 600% return on investment right there. That's what I'm talking about. Make some of that life-changing money, and if it's been sitting there staking and you've been earning extra dot each week, each day actually, well, all that free dot's all going to be worth that price at some point. Think about that. Pretty cool. So I like dot in the breakout with volume. What more could you ask for? It's got all the signs for more upwardness, but any pullbacks, you know, any corrections, any minor corrections and things, that's going to be normal. But it's got a great start. It's starting to join the race with all the others making higher highs now. Yay, Dot. Let's give you a little round of applause because it's about time, baby. You're finally making a move, making higher highs, higher lows, riding that 9 train right there, that 9 moving average. Dot, keep it up, baby. Keep up the good work. Holy crap! This makes me tickles all the this. Fairy lips, they tickle. Guys, I lost my chat again. I do that all the time. If you watch me, you know that I keep losing the chat. And every time that I click on it, it brings up this annoying box that gets in my way so I can't read it. You guys can, though. My pleasure, Leandro, man. Good to hear from you. For those of you who don't know, Leandro was one of the first big supporters I had here. Hitting that like button, leaving comments on my videos. Just, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have over 1,000 subs right now. So shout out, he is one of the original OGs. But don't forget my dear friend Strager, who is my right-hand man here on the channel. On the live stream here every day. You get a loyal friend, Strager. That's amazing. I really do appreciate you, Strager. Alright, so things popping a little bit, looking a little bit nicer here. Tia dropped a little bit, Celestia. Strager says, I can do a lot more, but I'm lazy. Well, Strager, that's just the beauty of it. I don't ask anybody to be distracted by tacos. Well, tacos can be very distracting. We're going to have to do another taco night here on the stream. But, yeah, there are no obligations whatsoever. I just appreciate you being here, man. So Tia's testing this 21 moving average here on the daily. Things still look good though. Ichimoku Cloud likes it. Now the MACD's got a little bit of a different story. It's saying it wants to, you know, come down a little bit. So a bigger drop out of Tia could be in the works. Celestia. We popped down to the 50. It looks like the 786 will probably come in order since we also have the 50 moving average right there with it. I would be looking at maybe wicking down there. A lot of people look at the 618, which is a very valid target, but with the 50 moving average coming here, if we lose the 21, I expect us to hit that. The only way that I would change my mind about this is if the 50 started coming up to the 618. That might be a little different story. Alright, you're being difficult. Now, the measure move actually does take us to the 618 area too for confluence, and on the smaller time frame like the 100 or the 1 hour, there might be a little confidence for that, but we're just going to do this in this manner. We're going to have a buy zone because you can't satisfy everybody. So I look at 313 up to 380 as being an excellent time to dip your toes into Celestia if you can. Whoops, where'd our buy zone go? If you can exercise just a little patience and wait for it to get there, it has a good chance to do it. Unless it just wants to go totally bullish now. Not really seeing it just yet. Short term, maybe. Overall, probably not. Guys, let me know if the music is too loud or annoying. Striga says, I didn't get any Tia after all. I've been nibbling. I got some limit orders set down to these areas. And if they get hit, they get hit. If they don't, they don't. You know, my bag will be what it is. That's how I worked out some others. Sometimes it works good. Sometimes I wish I'd bought just a little more, Naka. Speaking of which, Naka's getting into a zone that I said would start to make me look at it again. It has reached $1.19, $1.18. So we're going through a little pullback, but still, it's a very good chance we're still in a big parabolic move. This orange trend line we got right here is still holding nice. I'm going to switch that up to white so it's a little bit easier to see there. So that one holds. That's a good sign. Also holding this horizontal level about 118. It might be a good time. It's hard for me to imagine doing that because I got it at such a good deal. One thing to be cautious of is our MACD, which is just now going bearish. It's starting to get that. It's not quite done it, but I can't see anything that will save it from happening, so it's probably a pretty good call to say that this is going to cross bearish here. We might be looking at the 50 moving average. We might be seeing some nice cheap Naka around $86, $88. Then I'm going to start, I'll probably start nibbling. If we get to 80, we hit that 50 moving average, I'll probably look at layering in or something. Because what we could be looking at with Naka, pattern-wise, is this one that we broke out of and retested here, or tested here. We had a wick down there. So if we lose the parabola, we may be coming down to this area about 90, what is this? 90 cents. What we would like to see is whatever happens and we get down here and get a bounce off of that, that could be extremely bullish. That would be bullish for more continuing to the upside. But breaking this line kind of makes me have to question that, and a lot of times, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Hate to ride this sucker all the way down. Sometimes you get those 786 and 886 retracements when you lose a parabola. So we're just going to put this out as a potential. We're going to put this target out as a potentiality. If it comes back to 48 cents or 60 cents, would you buy? Oh, hell yeah. Don't want to see it come back there. I really don't want to see it break this trend line. I'd really like to see it stick somewhere around, just under $1. Or even where it's at now and continue up. But the MACD does have a little to say about that, and things are starting to come back down just a little bit, so I show respect to the MACD on the bigger time frames. It's a wise move. The MACD will help you get out of the market at the right times. When everybody's saying that Bitcoin's going to 16 million or whatever is the top number, the weekly MACD and the daily MACD, they will help you identify the tops better. So, respect for the MACD. Oh, we got Marco in the house. How's it going? And DeFi guy? How's it going, DeFi guy? Someone has, I think in the comments of some of my videos or streams, somebody asked where's a good place to buy A-Star in the U.S. That one's actually kind of a tricky one. And I think it is available on... I think you can get it on some dexes. But MEXC is where I bought it. And I think I also bought it on KuCoin when I was over there, maybe. But I still have some over on MEXC. So the strange thing is, and I'll tell you my suggestion was, it doesn't let me access it on MEXC, but I have the SafePal wallet app, and you can also access MEXC there, but you don't have the restrictions that you do through the regular apps. That makes sense? I saw it on there where I got a bag of it over on that wallet too. And last I checked, I was still able to trade and everything with it. So I may have to move mine over to the workaround. But it should hopefully get in with some more exchanges. We're in the bottoming zone right here, so still a perfect time to get in this if you like the project. If it's one that resonates with you for a long-term hold, you couldn't find a much better spot to get in. It got down as far as 0.002. We're at 0.0045, just less than half a penny. And we got a wick up here to 85 cents. We got a lot of price action at 35 cents. 35 cent area from where the price is now, you got a 60x on your hands. Buying on the bottom. One of the best places to take a risk on a project, whatever that project may be, is the bottom areas in the bottom parts of the market. Best plays you can make if you can hold on to them for long enough for you to see it worth your while. We seem to got a partial decline here on A-Star. I like what I'm seeing, and it's starting to make some turnarounds here on the daily. It's been getting more and more attention lately. It's been getting more and more gains lately. Talking about, come on. For the love of frogs. That was a nice 37% or 35% gain from 0.0037 to that big spike up there, 0.005. Pretty nice, pretty nice. And she's getting ready to do this kind of stuff a little bit more regular as the moving averages are looking yummy, making all the bullish crosses that they need to do for more possible upside. Just got to see this. I like to see this area. I like to see this 0.008 area kind of clear. We got a little bit of a hiccup right over here. Right there. Need to pay attention to. Get past that, I think we got you can see a lot more upside out of this. Time, Chrono.tech's another one we watch here on the show a lot. Do have a bag of this that's been nicely growing. Me likes it. I think it could get up to a lot higher prices, and it is trying. A lot of movement in this, right? It's because there's so little of this actually out there. 710,000 coins out there. And so it can move a lot. It can spike a lot, going from $16 up to $22. That's interesting play. The low liquidity is really having an effect on that. And at some point, it's really going to help it take off. And let's come to the weekly chart here and recover this big old drop out of the ozone. There's no price support through here, right? Back over here, back over here. You got none of this confusion, consolidation through there at all, meaning that boom, when she shoots up, she can shoot up quick to about $58. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. Just a few areas it's got to get above, which is basically right around $30. Once past $30, oh man. And then look, there's very little accumulation or anything until about $138, $158. And then boom, here we come up to $300. This thing was up $568. Now you know why we kind of like time here at the channel. Because just as we said earlier with A-Star, if you're going to take a risk on the coin, best do it at the bottom of the market when the prices are at the low lows, because this is where everybody looks back and says, why didn't I buy? Why? Why didn't I buy? I could be a millionaire. Why? Why am I buying this at $600? That kind of thing. You don't want that to be you. It's not going to be me. I can tell you that right now because I'm in this one. Another one I'm in is Aave because I learned my lesson last time. Like, dang, Aave did good, man. She can move kind of slow, but she's been in accumulation for the longest time, hitting lows of about $50, ranging between $50 and $88. And if you haven't been accumulating, I'm looking at it's a blue chip, man. Just pretty solid. I was hoping to get it at $38. That did not ever work out, and that's a good sign. Am I miffed about that? No. That was just an emergency buy zone. But when you zoom out, let me clear up my charts because we had a trade set up for that, which is on its way to being hit all the way up here at $144. Don't think it can happen. You just got to give it a little bit of time. Aave is not one to turn your back on or to overlook before it starts getting really pricey. It seems kind of pricey at $93 now, right? Which kind of makes it look, dang, man, when you're like $58, I should have bought more. Nibble, baby, nibble. That's what I say, nibble, nibble, nibble. But she has the she can come up to $300 pretty easy. She can come up to $410 pretty easy. My guesstimation of a fair target for this one to shoot for a good higher high could be $843. Who knows? We might be getting up into around the $900 area. Some notable areas to look for would, of course, be $432 for you savvy investors out there. They hear what I am laying down and like Aave as a conventional long-term hold. Yet I would also not rule out $538 when the market gets a little heated. Still saving some of that bag for these higher highs, which could hit $843, $912 or higher, peeling off a little bit of profit as this bull market goes on. But eventually, short term, I need to see you get above 191. When I see you get above there, I think, oh baby, we're definitely on. So we're gradually headed up there to 191. Don't forget our little measure move target on the short term, right here, 143 is where I think we're headed. With a little bit of hiccup around 118. Things are looking good for Aave. Definitely one to keep on your radar there. Hey, what's up, Grizz? Grizz is in the house. Mr. Grizz, appreciate you being here. Dude, why are you so slow? Why are you so slow, Trading View? I got too many windows open or something? What's going on, man? Oh, yeah, I'm maxing out my CPU right now. Wow. That's almost time for me to get a new computer, it looks like. My CPU is 93% right now. SoFi is up today, but man, she don't look so hot. She does not look nice. SoFi RAI, this one is just not doing good at all. I saw this up 12%. And I guess that's that little bitty pump there. I'm taking you off my little watch list. I'm not impressed with that price action I'm seeing there at all. So Tia just jumped up to $4.99. Another one on your radar is probably Near Protocol. I like this one as long-term hold. I've been holding this one myself, just letting it stake just like I have DOT. We actually had a little trade set up, which is played out a little bit. It's definitely got some more upward action available. This trade setups are available over on Telegram in the chart room area. The notable thing is the accumulation that we're in, breaking out of a channel, that's cool. It's currently on the smaller time frames. Killing me, trading view. Time for a new computer. We're still respecting this trend line. It may vary just depending on what time frame you're on. Let's take a closer look at it. Did we lose it, or is it still valid? We're looking at the possibility of that being a bear flag. Well, maybe. It's not acting out like most bear flags do, so maybe not. You're definitely flirting with losing that. Looks like it lost it, broke back into it. Doing some crazy stuff there. Oh, look at there. There's our channel. As long as we're making higher highs and higher lows, we're doing good. That was kind of an upward trend, so not a worry. It's just doing some weird price action here. It's got some bearish divergence there, so that's interesting. It's showing some strength. Interesting. Lost to 9, bouncing off the 21 near. At 159, it was up to 181 there. I've got a target 211. Main area I want to see is about 288 up to 332. Now, if you ask my opinion on when I zoom out, seeing this kind of rounded shape that we've got going on here, I think near is still really in accumulation. So I would not be disappointed if we just kind of bounce around in these areas, even come back down to 134, say like $1.25 to 250, somewhere through there, and then maybe later on we'll finally get that big bounce. Now, word is that, you know, they were there on layer 1 and now they're a layer 2 for Ethereum doing some other stuff. So, you know, we kind of changed venue, kind of changed direction, but they're thinking that there may be some kind of positive aspect to that. It may do better as that, is some people's opinion. Remains to be seen. All I know is that last time, you know, I had just a few. I nibbled on this and sold out very early, and then it just kept going. I had a few. I didn't sell them all, but then what I had left was like, I mean, small. But it was a good performer. I just didn't stay in it as much. But this guy got, you know, all the way up here to topped out at $20. So not a bad one, but she's a little bit of a slow mover most of the time. Is what it feels like. Grizz says he's been preoccupied with current events. That's very understandable. Spirit says, I would not get a new PC, run into the core pop off. Aptos. I'm pleased to say that I still have some of my original Aptos bag. I found it the other day. I thought I'd sold it all. I took advantage of some of it when we had this big price run up. I was selling the last little bit I had, or what I thought I had. So I tricked myself. So I'll move, you know, half my bag over to the exchange and play with that. But turns out I've got some Aptos still over there. Nothing huge though, but it's something. I mean, it can turn into a lot more than what it is. It's kind of, I don't know. It's hard to describe your bags because what's a big bag to me may not be a big bag to you, and what's a small bag to me might not be a small bag to you. At one time, when I was first investing in this, after the pandemic and all that, quarantine and all that, I probably had about $8,000 I could work with, and a lot of that was some of the free money that came, right? And my first run around, I'd say I started noticing, well, my way's not working. I'm starting to work half of that. I only got about half of that left. I better figure this crap out or get ready just to see what always happens where it just dwindles away from me. So then I had, the only thing I had was I paid for a trading group, which cost, it took another big chunk out of what I had to work with left. So what was I working with? Probably about $3,000 when everything's said and done that I had to work with. So my, good sized bags then, my big bags were around, I think I put like maybe 800 into Zilliqa, but that was a big bag for me. 500 or something like that. That was a big bag to me. Now that's like a small bag to me. That's a decent small bag for me for something I want to try out. But back in the day, that was huge, and most of my bags were back then, 100, maybe 200, something like that. That was a good bag for me. So it's relative and it changes, but just know that the more you're in the space and the more you kind of get a grasp on, get a good feel for the market, riding through a cycle, most important of all, riding through a cycle. Once you do that, you're an OG, you're good. If you got technical analysis and learned your lessons on the way, life-changing money's there, even with that small amount. You can do it. You can do it. But most of your struggles is going to be with yourself. I would say that 90% of the struggle is going to be with yourself versus the market. Unless you're doing that leverage trading, and then you got the market and yourself working against you if you're going with the crazy perpetuals. So Aptos looking juicy at 719, a decent place. I do remember that I was calling for be cautious about this early in January because of the unlocked tokens, but it did not bother it at all, man. Actually, that got to me, and I sold a lot of mine way too early and had just a little to kind of throw out there on the way up. But she didn't stop it at all, that release schedule. Which normally, that's something you would want to pay attention to. That's a red flag. So a lot of people made a lot of money on that big run up, and it's about due for another one to do that. In fact, it's got to do that because we're working on a double bottom scenario here, right? We got a neckline, and if you want to take it all the way up to, this is technically one of the 3-day. Let's go ahead and take it up to $20. That can give you an amazing target. As soon as So what, $35 Aptos? That would make me feel good. I like that. But we do need to run up there to $20. And we're right now at this 236 area. So this is crucial in my personal opinion, this 845 area. You guys have probably heard me say this several times, and I'll keep saying this because this is part of my road dog strategy. Got to get above that, flip that support, and then we can start moving to other areas. And I would just focus mostly on the 618 and the 786 for your short-term targets. I know there's other people on YouTube and places like that use. We use some of the same tools. We use some of the same strategies. But I guess I'm just coming to relation that what I'm doing, I'm not really seeing other people do exactly what I'm doing. So I guess I'll call it my own system. But it's nothing unique. It's just my combination of tools. Which if you sit here and watch it, watch me do it, I'd explain it, and you can pick up on it, and I don't know, maybe it can help you guys out too. It works for me. But I do use Fibonacci's quite a bit to get my targets. I don't know. So Aptos looks good coming through this Ichimoku cloud. I like that. That's a good sign. Money flow is starting to come up to the upside. Looks good. I would just say 832. Let's flip that into support and let's start going for $14 and $17. Let's do it, Aptos. I think you can. I know you can. You've done it before. You ran up like crazy. Don't act like you don't have it in you. We know what you're like when you start drinking. I'm just saying, you need a little too much and you're up there dancing on the tables. Go for it, baby. Have a drink. I got some Dr. Pepper. All right, so we got hello. Getting a little bit of a pullback here. Oh, now you pop up my chart. Okay. Tempted with falling back into this this channel we're in. Of course, this is the very top wicks of it. I can give it a little bit of a slide to some extent, except when I come to the 12-hour and there's no room for error there. No, I need you to hold that, baby. You fell back into it. You fell back into that channel for real. So the probabilities of this reaching our 20-cent area right now has just diminished a whole lot as we come back into this, break this trend line, and the 9 crossing the 21 there. So I want to nullify this little guy for right now. Playing this, a stop loss would have been somewhere in beneath this line to save you from having to ride this thing down. But now that we've broken back into this pattern, we've got a very good chance of seeing hello come down to about just a little under 8 cents, which could be a nice juicy place to buy it. Remember, this one still does have potential, but we might be getting a nice little sell-off here. They could give us some a juicy little buys though. So I'm going to set this up. Little Robert Johnson influence right there. So hello, might get at some more juicier prices, and if it does, I won't be nibbling. Tricky says, "Oh man, I forgot held back hello." Well, you ain't missed nothing except for the ride up. But now you can catch it on the ride after it gets to a down point here. It is not one of my bigger bags. It's one of my degen plays. It's on my MEXC account there. But I would like to have a little bit of a bigger bag of it. And this may be a good opportunity to add some of that. Q&T. QNT. Quant. Maybe we had this talk before. You were doing good, baby. You were doing good. You were making some higher highs in there. What are you doing right now? This is just a little intervention here before things maybe get out of control with you, because you're showing some signs of going back to your old tendencies, which is kind of coming down and rolling on the floor. And I don't want to see you do that. I don't want to see you get down in those dumps again. Quant, I need you to kind of pick yourself back up, man. You're at a good point. You're at a good point to turn around. And I hope that you'll just, since you're moving backwards, maybe you'll just stop right here at $1.02, 45 cents, right where you are right now. look around, see all that you have that's just on your side and in your favor. Like the Ichimoku green cloud over here. It loves you, Quant. It hasn't given up on you. It's right there, man. It's just saying, she's saying, hey, baby, you want to ride me? Ride me, baby. Ride me. That's all. She's there for your support. Now, you're not supposed to go into the cloud. You're never supposed to touch the cloud. We don't want to see you touch the cloud. We just want to see you float above the cloud. You need something. You need something, Quant, that will just kind of help you get a little higher here, help you start feeling a little bit better. I don't know, but the 200 moving average here is supporting you too. What I really need you to do is just back up to this 9, this green line here, that 9 moving average. That's the one you need to ride. That's the girl for you, Quant. That's the one, baby. That's the only one that you need to be on top of right now is the 9. You need to ride that 9. Come on, Quant. You're on the right track. You just got a little distracted here. You started looking back down. Let's get back on track, baby, okay? Because I fear for you because you done lost a trend line. You done lost it, baby. What, you know? I see the direction you're headed and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like where you're going and you need to save yourself. You need to turn around. There's one more place down here that might be able to catch you, and that's at $96, man, but you hitting the streets again, we do that. That's just not good for you. It's not a good look. I need you to just turn yourself right around right now. Just do a Hail Mary, man. Go back to church on Sunday. I don't know, do something. Just turn your life around and start looking up, because 128 is just right above your head, and I know you can do it. I just know you can. But I need to see you try. I need to see you try, because my little Quant babies over there, well, they're not growing. Help me help you, Quant. Help me help you. You can do better. You can do better than these decisions that you made lately. Just take a moment and think about it. I don't know if I'm in a rock me mood now. I don't know what kind of mood I'm in. I think I'll just go with our November playlist. And we're going to bring it way down. We'll mellow it out for you, Quant. The famous M pattern. That is a nice M pattern with bearish divergence on it too, might I add. Quant, come on. So what you got is the 100 moving average is also, and the 50 that's still below that 200. So we've got to get those to cross. The 100 is going to be the stubborn one, and that's kind of the heavy sandbag just keeping us kind of weighted down. So we're definitely probably going to head back down to about $95. Shame on you, Quant. Shame on you, man. But you know, do you? I guess you're going to be a little leg rider. I can see where I'm getting really disappointed in you, Quant. I really am. I'm just saying, for a token that's got so much going for you, like you do, low supply and everything, you just hanging around at the bottom. You like trying to hang around Dogecoin or something. What is wrong with you? You going to 7 cents? I mean, come on. Come on. Some things just make me want to give up on Quant, but gosh, testing my patience, Quant. I've been patient with you for a year now. Media Network took off. I have no idea why I don't see these alerts anymore. Media Network? I'm not even familiar with that one. Well, let us go check it out. Media Network, also called Media. Ooh, $16, 10 million coins out, or 10 million maximum supply, 250,000 circulating supply. So, it's got a $4 million market cap, fully diluted market cap with that 10 million. Still below, that'd be 15 million market cap. Interesting, I know nothing about this. This is on Solana, is that right? That's probably why it's going up, just because it's on Solana. Permissionless peer-to-peer marketplace for C content delivery. Oh, I see what you did there. You just took it back. Oh, you changed your mind. Cloud computing. Okay, cool. Web services connecting provider and clients to smart contracts and data storage. That sounds interesting, actually. Anonymous, no sign-up required. You can be 007 and still use this. Scalable, decentralized. Is it really decentralized though? I might argue with you that one's decentralized. I'm just saying, you are Solana. You're AWS, pull the plug, Solana go down. I'm just saying. Probably you go down to let's be a little more factual in your decentralization definition. Client, consumer, provider, supplier, LPs. It does look interesting though. I like bear launch. No private sale occurred with an IDO in which anyone was able to participate. Okay. There's value right there alone, right there. That means a lot in my book. On my rating scale, that adds an instant 15 points. The Media app serves as an intuitive front-end interface for accessing the features of the Media Network protocol. This app is designed to simplify the browsing and uses of web services, as well as management of payments and trends. That sounds like a good project. So, interesting. How long have you been around? We got records of you going back to where? 2021? All-time high of $312. Media, let's be friends. Let's hang out sometime. You wanna watch Netflix and chill? It's available on Orca and also on Coinbase. Ooh. Let's go check out that Coinbase chart. Strega's the man. What? Why am I doing that? Must be getting late. So I can buy it on Orca or Coinbase, which I don't use anymore. Let's take a look at the weekly. Well, the MACD is liking the weekly. It's liked it since the 1st of October. That was a buy signal. It would have been a little up and down since then, but then at one point it just blew up, and it likes to blow up. It blew up before and 1 week from $760 to $85. That's worth noting. That was November of last year. Baby. All right, so what you got going on here? Are you something that is just now getting started for a much bigger move? It looks very juicy. I mean, it's up there. She's up there. She may have some more to go. So above the 200 daily moving average, that's awesome. Can't deny that. We got to zoom in on these big God candles here. 9 moving average already crossed the 200. That's the first buy signal to go with. 4 hours fanned out gorgeously, but we're still way high. We're above that. There might be a chance that we can see a pullback to maybe 1075 from these areas. Maybe right here. This looks like a good area. And I picked that because by the time price might get here, it might could meet up with that 9 moving average. It's a support resistance flip, so just a place I want to mark there. Checking the 1 hour, we're still riding above the 9, so can't complain. Some bearish divergence forming there, but kind of depends on if it's doing a parabolic thing or not. This one is interesting to put on the radar. Definitely had some nice highs. And the Solana ecosystem is pumping and will continue to pump. So Let's add this one to our watch list here. Hey, I appreciate that, Strega. See, this is what synergy is like. This is awesome. And now we make sure that we kind of track this guy. I may have to take a look at this one later tonight. 15 minutes getting a little lame here. It could flirt with coming back to 14. Let's see, on the 1 hour, the 21 is still over here in this area. I would love to see it hitting around $12 again. I mean, it'd be breaking this trend line, but you know, no big deal. Doesn't mean that it will, though. My opinion, this would be a juicy buy zone. It's got to break market structure to get there, though. That's what sucks about it. Don't want to see that. You're not going to let me copy that? I wouldn't rule out this 786 and 886 area with their 100 and 200 moving average here. I'm just on the 15 minute too. That's a 853 and 1042. It may not even hit that at all. We're still in the pattern. And usually, you know, we're in that pattern until suddenly we're not. So it's got a fair chance to get a bounce off this 50 moving average on the 15 and still go up. Now that's coming in at 1446. That might be a zone, or that might be as low as it goes. Who knows? Interesting project. I'm gonna have to look at this one after stream, and because I play around, or I used to play around the Solana ecosystem, and I might now. I might actually put a little Solana in on that. Because that looks interesting, especially if it gets down through here. I would like it. Striker says, "Call me stubborn. I'm not touching it until it goes under $10." It could, and that would be yummy, yummy, yummy. The only thing is, I you know, if it breaks this trend line, then I would be looking. I mean, it could go down low. Sweet conservative. Well, that's right down to, depending on where it breaks out, we might be able to find. Yeah, if it breaks this line, I mean, 200 could definitely come into play there, but that would just make it, you know, kind of go slower. That would take away from the momentum of its move now, which I would rather see the momentum continue is what I'd rather see. But man, geez, when you zoom out and look there, yeah, she's got to come back. That's just going crazy. Ichimoku Cloud is loving it though. I definitely want to keep an eye on this one. But if she breaks this trend line, then, you know, it's going to put a damper on it for a while. May have to go back into accumulation, blah, blah, blah. Ichimoku Cloud's not having any part of that. I don't know. We got to definitely watch this one. It could look... She may continue bullish. Let's see what she does at $14 there. Interesting. But I like, and it seems to have a decent use case, so definitely one to put on the radar. Shout out to Strega. Hey man, appreciate you bringing this one up. I think this one's definitely worth keeping an eye on. Especially the way the big money loves Solana. Whatsoever, how do we check volume? I just lost my chat again. Let me pull you guys back up here. Now you got a volume indicator here. That's what I usually look at for volume. And usually, and I need to pull these back out again on my Telegram group. I've got some cheat sheets for all that. I got a volume cheat sheet. Kind of tells you, explains a little bit how to read it, but basically is when you got falling price and the volume's falling too, that's usually a good sign that we can get a pull, you know, the selling pressure is starting to decline here, meaning that we can get a reversal. Now, when you got rising price, when price starts going up, but the volume falls, that means that that strong move up is about to peter out and reverse on you. So we don't want to see when we see prices go up, we want to see the volume there to support it. Like this one came up, we definitely want to see volume there to support it, and bigger bars and bigger bars. There is also the VRVP, Visual Range Volume Profile, and that's good for finding some horizontal levels where a lot of volume is traded. So a lot of price action has happened at these areas where, especially when it gets a red line. But what they call nodes, all these nodes out here means a lot of price action. You can also just look to the left and kind of figure that out when you see consolidation. But a lot of volume going there, that's another way to kind of look at volume. But the main thing, this one here, and if I had to strip down and only have one indicator to go with, I couldn't be without volume, because I mean, I can get some good things out of other indicators, but I still find myself looking at volume so much that would have to be my main one. Just the standard volume up there. WSE. What is WSE? I'm not getting anything back on WSC. Let's see, let's check. Not seeing that one. I tried. If you can give me more information about it, I'll try to look it up. KV4 Coins has a volume profile on Trading View. Oh, also you can see where the money is. KV4 Coin. Oh, so it's another cool indicator. I'm all for looking at things. Volume by, you said KV4. Oh, right here. I guess right. Volume profile. Put a star by it. Oh, okay. It's one of those. Okay. Gotcha. It's a lot like the... Well, that's interesting. That's kind of cool. I put it on there twice is what I did. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. The one thing about VRVP, I mean, it goes by whatever range, whatever candles that you put on the screen is what it's going to, and it can change, right? It can change on you. And then there's also the one, where are you? Fixed range volume profile. Now, I don't know if these are with the free versions of TradingView or not. I actually went to the pro so that I could actually get this one over here. And it may be free now or not. I know some exchanges have it. I know they have it for free. Let me turn that one off. But I think that the one I just showed you over here in the sidebars, I think that one's available for everybody. And you see like freaking candles and a lot of people using that one. and it does that. You just kind of put it on the range, whatever you get decide to range, and you just pull it there, and it'll pick those things up. That one's kind of cool too. I don't use it that much, but every once in a while. I usually get all the information that I need pretty much just from, you know, the little system that I use here. But second opinions is nothing wrong with that at all. Oh, here I am looking for a whatsoever coin. You got me. Sure got me. It feels like I can't find the button. I feels like I've been trolled. Been wanting to use that little guy. We don't ever get trolls here. I guess that's a good thing. We got a cool group, I gotta say. We got a good group of people sharing information, and hey, you guys are gonna make some awesome life-changing money in this cycle. I just feels it. I believes in you. I swear, I think she's cursing. I swear. I really don't know what she's saying. The song's cool though. INJ's getting a little bit of a pullback all the way down to the 21 moving average, which is coming in about $15.13 right now. Ouch. So much more up than from where I bought it, so I'm cool. It got as high up to $19, man. That was cool. More upside coming, in my personal opinion, for INJ and the overall when you just zoom out. And currently I've got a measure move target taken up to $28 and no, that's a 786 Fibonacci level, which we not quite hit yet. We made it past the 618. Kind of holding that right now. Good sign. Can I? Can of buckets. So, wow, that measure move actually worked out good. So taking this whole trend line here and doing a slanted trend and doing a slanted measurement, put it right there at the breakout. It's pretty much almost nailing that. Measure moves are awesome. Awesome measure moves. Love them. $18. So, what now? What now, INJ? Where are you headed to now? You trying to still go to $20? I got you up here at $31.92 is where I want to see you head up, INJ. Let's do that. Can you do that for me, INJ? I think you can, because you're getting a reputation over here as being a hot coin with a good use case, and I like the way that money flow just keeps coming into you. Looks like you want to cool off just a little bit right now and pull back. And where are you going to pull back to, INJ? What you got planned, baby? How far you down you going to come? How far are you going to go? INJ, what is you doing right now? Are you doing a 382 pullback? Is that what you're trying to do? Dang, it's really time for another computer. Gosh. So 382 right here at this level, about 1450 might come into play. If we lose that, do expect us to come back down and retest these areas somewhere around $11. So I have to keep an eye on that one as we go. Also notice though, I do have a trend line right here that's kind of line him up right there that may hold. such a nice tight fit right there. It just makes me wonder if it identifies the channels. Not the greatest. Kind of sort at the wicks. It kind of nails the wicks a little bit, but just an interesting look at that. Not solid enough for me to put out there. Just keeping an eye on INJ. It's one of my bigger bags. It's just grown into a much bigger bag. I noticed tonight that I misplaced my VET. I've been wondering, like, what happened to my VET? I sent it off somewhere, and now I gotta track it down. That worries me. But I noticed that I sent 100 first as a test, so it must have went okay. I just forgot I misplaced it. I don't know. I must be experimenting with a new wallet or something. But VeChain is one I don't want to miss out on, so I better not have sent that to a bad address. I've done that before. I've sent Bitcoin Cash to sent Bitcoin to a Bitcoin Cash address or something crazy backwards like that. Lost that. It's easy to make mistakes in crypto. Just by doing dumb stuff. VET has been topping out here about 2.3 cents. Nice, likes it. Getting a little bit of a pullback, but look here on the daily. This is probably what we need to pay attention to right here. Man, I missed this one last night. I was looking for some last night that also popped over here. You got your buy signal here. It means buy this pullback. Wherever this thing lands, you want to buy because you got your buy signal here on the daily. So if you're looking for a good time to get into VNT, it's pretty much this pullback, and any pullback from here on after, in my personal opinion, from what the charts are telling me. And I'm looking for this thing to go do some way high numbers. Remember, this thing got up to like 29 cents, and we're sitting here at 2 cents right now. So she's a good one to remember in this bear market to make a big bag for the bull. And she's starting to show some nice signs of going up. Now I got to figure out the rest of the night, where did my VeChain go? Because I want that VThor. And if you haven't noticed, VThor is going up. VTho. She is doing well too. This is the gas for VET. The coin of which that I have misplaced at this present time. But I will have a little party when I find it, as long as I still have control over it. Well, I guess I will have I guess it'll be a pity party if I screwed up. VThor is getting a little bit of a pullback too, it looks like, here on the daily. Although the smaller time frames, the 4 hour, looks like she's getting a little bounce, a temporary bounce here. Will it stick? May not stick. I have to keep an eye on that, but been making steady gains, higher highs and higher lows. When you start touching the 100, yeah, you can get a bounce there, but you may be seeing, once you start losing the trend, I guess this would be a good example of losing the trend. Right above the 9 and the 21, everything's golden. You come down to the 50, but you lost it. First signs of a bigger pullback or a correction. Bouncing off of that, but now we got to come up and retest the 21, or the 9 moving average and the 50 again, about 14.6. And chances are, since these lines have crossed, they will push us down to the 200. So we could be seeing this area right down here, 0.00126. It's a juicy little buy zone for VeChain. Maybe. Keep our eyes out for it. It's definitely a good buy zone though. Because this one does do some big numbers. Coming right around to this support resistance flip area right there. Some confluence with that 12.001230. May not look like it could happen now, but she might surprise us all here. Let's take a closer look. Clear off my lines here. Yeah, we lost our trend line there. That's another good sign. So some altcoins look like they're going to go into a correction. Some of them are popping off, so we're seeing some money basically just kind of flow out of one, flow into something else. It got a little confluence that we should head back down to this area. I'm gonna move my little box down here then. So it looks like B-Tank's getting a pullback. Great place to get some, just saying, when it gets there. Trigger says, I am the troll. Trigger says, might give me some more pond. I haven't been in that one for a while. I think since I had to leave KuCoin. Man, I gotta free up some memory or something. So OBS and Brave Browser and Snap Camera are sucking up all my CPU. Sometimes I wonder some of these wallets and things I got up there. So Pond, it looks like we're getting a possible breakout, and there's no volume there, so maybe not. So may have, that means probably it's got a nice trend line here with a lot of touches, but without volume, it may not be accurate. This had some volume, so I would say it's probably more accurate for a trend line to be here, and then we had a breakout quite a big ways away. Just makes more sense. But we can pull that for resistance where I had the trend line before, but this is where the volume came in. So my personal opinion, that's where the breakout was. And she's just been going up, up, up. Looks good, looks strong. Needs to make a higher high over here. So we need to get above 0.012 cents here. We can pull that off. Even if she gets a pullback, she's got some more uptick. Striga said, might get some. I mean, in the big scheme of things, this is not a bad area to accumulate. We're still in accumulation zone. This whole zone is accumulation, so you're right on target to do it. And got more of like a descending triangle there. Looks like it's headed close to 2 cents, just a little under 2 cents there. With that measure, what happened? I wasn't planning on buying a new computer. So at 1.97 is where I'm getting a measure move there on Binance chart. So that's some nice gains. Let's see if it pulls back to the 21 daily moving average, and that's just about 10 cent or 0.0123, right there in that area, and hits a measure move. That's a good 93%. And since it broke the 9 on the daily, she got off the 9 train. And looking for the 21 now. So that's a nice, that might be a nice pullback, nice area. Even if it drops another penny, we're just, you know, just 1 penny apart. So great area for accumulation. Or too many tabs. I've got a lot of tabs, but I've got to have them. That's the bad thing. So therefore, I mean, you need a freaking computer to hold all the tabs. And I've narrowed them down a lot. But yeah, I do have quite a few up here. Woo, I'm in the red on that one. You better be hey, Bitcoin, what are you doing right now? I need to find that out. Make sure Bitcoin's still bouncing from that area that I'm looking at. She's at 36.5 right now. And I think it's like 36.2 is. How you looking, baby? Hey, you still looking good? You still looking good, baby? You still looking all right, Bitcoin. You get a bounce right here, baby. You still looking all right. I like you. I like you. Turn around for me. You look so pretty. 6 minutes got a nice little candle pump there. Maybe kind of making a A very slanted, inverted head and shoulders, maybe. Well, definitely got a nice little trend line going on here that we may be trying to flirt with breaking out of. Bringing it up to the edges of those wicks there. We're not there yet, but we are in the middle of a cloud, and we're on a small time frame here. I think this is not yet confirmed, but this is what I look for at bottoms of trend lines when we start hitting an area of support, like a key level. I start looking for some bottom patterns here on the smaller time frames. Kind of give me an indication that, yeah, we might get our turnaround here. So, and we need this turnaround. We need this bounce at 36.3. We don't need to break below that. In my honest opinion, breaking below this orange trend line means crap's going to hit the fan, and up November is going to take a turn for the worst. Do not need to lose this, and it looks like it's holding. So, come on, baby, and put my trade back in the green. Yahoo! Oh, so it could be an update happening. Maybe. I need to check on everything because that's just crazy the amount of CPU power. I upgraded my memory and everything on this thing. Although I've had this one for a while. All right. Well, guys, I'm going to call it a night. It is 11:41. Been on here for about an hour and 40 minutes so far. Somewhere about that. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Tomorrow should be a better trading day, especially if I'm right about this Bitcoin bounce here. We should start seeing a lot of more thumbnails pointing us toward 48,000 on a lot of these different channels. If they catch up on this, but we should be getting a bounce here. Hopefully. It's still dangerous with flirting with that cloud on the 4 hour, but on the 4 hour, which is the main one that I'm following for this, it's a bounce off the 50 as well. And the rest of this week might be a little kind of iffy for Bitcoin. I don't know. We just kind of see what it does, but we should be headed to the upside and maybe a little sideways. But I do got a target up here at 38.40 that should be headed to at least short term. Things look like they might be getting a little bit of a turnaround, and also we got our RSIs that were trying to head up again. It did it over here and failed, came back down. Let's hope that it sticks this time here. What I'd really like to see is, well, there is some divergence going on that's also helping me out with this. As you can see that the price from here to here is still leveling up from where we are now. Whereas those 2 points here on the RSI are going down. So we've got some hidden bullish divergence there, which just means that this big trend here should actually continue. And I was kind of monitoring it with this trend line here. It's just taking a copy of this one and just dragging it down, just keeping the angle. It really has nothing else to support it, so that's kind of useless at this point. But let's keep an eye on Bitcoin and make sure that this is starting to head to the upside. If it is, altcoins will go with it more than likely, and see a good ending to this week till they bring us back here on Friday and make us wonder what the hell's going on again. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. God bless each one of you. And man, I'm so glad you guys are in crypto, especially at this point in the market, man. You guys are going to be the winners. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like you're so ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Now if you gotta know the truth, was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind, unpredictable. Fade out of the ground, you ain't no one. You a star, blow it up like supernova. In the nighttime, hit my hotline. Sharing secrets, you wish really was part your life. Basic bullets, with no bullets. Does your wifey know you're begging for my notice? Promise you're the same, running for the meds. Show you like my vibe, that's my candy on my wrist. Bad habits,